Well, first of all, welcome back to Responsible Irresponsible Podcast. It's been a while, and we apologize for that. Stuff has been going down, as everyone should know. It's crazy out there. Stuff is going from bad to worse, but we're gonna try to focus on the good.
We're gonna try. Keyword being try.
Emphasis on
Keyword
try, yeah.
being try.
But you know who it is? Corin, Cliff.
What's
Responsibly
up?
Irresponsible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Podcasts are probably going to be audio only for a little bit, because
Social
and
distance,
Cliff-
gang. Social distance, gang.
Yeah, more like social isolation right now, because social distancing is not good enough right now. So, anyway, right now, me and Cliff are two different locations, so we're having a record from our homes, and it's providing its own issues and
Yeah, issues like that. Yep.
yeah, Siri trying to talk to me. Just as it's different, and I didn't think we would have to do it like this, but here we are. But just an update. Me and my family, we're fine. I'm still working because
He's essential.
I guess I'm essential. Cliff, why don't you tell them what's going on with you?
So yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. As far as I know, most of my family, we're all good. We're all spread out pretty much throughout the U.S. at this point, but everyone's been good. Everyone's being locked down. Florida's finally, we're the slow ones. We're finally deciding to
finally
do the things necessary to stop this.
What about your work? Are you still working or no?
Nah, we finally closed down. Sunday, we got an email that we're closed down for at least a week to see what's going on.
I can tell you right now, it's gonna be more than a week.
Oh, it's for sure. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
We're here. We're quarantined. There's been lots of stuff going on social media. Most of it political. Most of it just trash. Most of it just fake news. A lot of conspiracies behind this whole thing have popped up as of recently, which I think is hilarious because there's no conspiracy behind what's happening. What's happening is happening.
I don't know. Well, I'm only 2 days into quarantine, so I don't know. Ask me about like day 8. I'm probably going to be pro conspiracy.
Yeah. But the thing that gets me is that there's people out there that I want to say 3-4 days after we were told to quarantine, and I'm talking about the kids, the people that have been going to school, okay, I guess not just kids, but college students and public schools were shut down before they started shutting down small businesses.
Yeah.
And people just started going crazy, day 2, day 3. They're like, bro, you want nothing but to get home every single day and just sit and veg and watch TV and watch your favorite show, and then all of a sudden when your option of going out is taken away, you're freaking out, and I just don't understand it. It's like, oh, you take away my choice, now I want to do that.
Well, that's the conspiracy.
That's ridiculous.
The conspiracy. They're taking away our freedom, our rights. It sounds bonkers, but anyways, hold on. Before we even get to that, I gotta shout out to the Gen Zers, man. I gotta shout out to us, bro. We are. We don't use the R word on this podcast. We are special. We are doing some things that are questionable at the least. So yeah, I got some thoughts about that. I understand. I mean, I'm not too far removed from college to understand that spring break is it's a very important time. A lot of great things happen in this month. But guys, really? Really? You're gonna come down to Florida in packs and go to the beach like nothing's happening. And then when you guys leave, we get mad cases in Florida. Cases are popping up left and right. It's can we I understand you paid for your vacation. You want to go to Miami. You want to go to the beach. I get it. I know you live in a cold area. It's still 30 degrees where you are. You want to go to the beach. I understand. I really do. I get it. But bro,
I don't.
No, I mean I understand. I get it. Like if I paid for spring break in advance and like I was going to Miami, I'm not saying I would have did that because I'm responsible.
Okay,
Well, I'm irresponsible, but I
okay.
am responsible.
The thing is behind this whole situation is that by the time spring breakers started to like go to spring break, it was already past. Like they're already saying we should be social distancing. Schools got canceled already. Work was already in question. I'm pretty sure New York and California are already talking about closing, like quarantining the whole state. So the whole thing of these spring breakers, like, oh, we have to spring break. Like we paid for this. We had our hotels. We had our plans. Like, okay, cancel your plans. Like, this is a worldwide epidemic,
I mean, that's the responsible. That
and
is the responsible thing to do. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. But
it's just
get a few margaritas in you, then bro, yeah, let's go to Miami. Like let's do it because I paid for this already.
no.
Is it a
No,
terrible decision? Absolutely. Should they have not done it? No, they should not have done it. And shout out to the guy in the like one of the videos. We'll have to post this on the page. The video, the guy, this it has to be a black guy. Goodness gracious, it's a black guy, and they have interviewing him in Miami. And he's like, "There's so many other things to like worry about, like world hunger and war." I'm like, "Bro, what are you like? Is he? He can't be sober. There's no way. Like he's gonna be so embarrassed when he sees that." I like it.
It's ridiculous. That whole video. I'm guessing. There's a no doubt that the people listening to this have seen the video. They know what we're talking about.
That's a great video. It's a great
video.
video.
Went so viral.
It's a great video.
But
it really is.
It's so irresponsible. I know, this is the irresponsible podcast, but on top of the irresponsible, we try to be responsible, and what they're doing is just straight irresponsible. And it goes beyond that too. Like, I can go on a rant forever, but like the irresponsible part could mean other people's lives, and that's just messed up. That's being selfish. And
yeah, it is
putting other people's lives at risk for no reason at all, other than you just want to have a good time, and that's ridiculous. So,
I mean, because the even crazier part is that they went down there thinking that everything was going to be sweet, and then like Miami literally just like shut down on them.
Yeah,
it's like you're just stuck here. Like now you're here. Now you really look stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's Gen Z, we're taking the L on that one. But it's all good, Hey, we got a lot of time left to go. We gotta bounce back. They on a little run right now, but we're gonna have to bounce back. Yeah. Holding big L's right now.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess in this past 2 weeks? Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks. Everything has kind of hit the fan in 2 weeks. Went from bad to terrible real fast. What was it? Was it 2 weeks ago that Vanessa posted that video on Instagram?
Oh, you mean the great Vanessa Hudgens, the legend?
Oh yeah, the legend.
Oh man, shout out to her.
That was 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I think so, or a week ago.
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay, that was way out of pocket. Like, man, like Cliff texted me that day. I was at work and I was doing my thing, and he texted me. He's like, "Bro, Vanessa is tripping." And I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't heard Vanessa Hudgens do anything or even heard her name in like years. Right? And then I was like, I kind of ignored it, and I was on my way home, and it came up like in a podcast I was listening to. And I was like, what is this? So I looked it up. And yeah, the video, I was just like, this has to be fake.
Greatness. It's greatness.
It has to be fake, but no, it was very real and very. I haven't seen any of the backlash or anything after that video that happened, but I can only imagine.
What do you mean? Oh, she got backlash for it. She apologized. That's what we do. That's how you say something.
Was that an apology though? Was that an apology though?
No, bro. Listen, this is how it works. Bro. I'm gonna give you the formula. You wake up. You hop on Twitter, you hop on TikTok, you hop on whatever. You say what you really mean. You let it boil for a minute. Let it cook. Take the heat. Then you just open up the notes app and then you put down like 7 sentences. Boom, you good. Solid. Back at zero. You back at square one. We good. They do it every day.
Yeah. I don't Especially.
I mean, shout out to her. I know,
Especially-
like Coachella, like yeah.
No, that's another spring break situation.
Oh, bro, it's so funny, bro.
No.
She was like, "I'm drawing the line here. Like, y'all not canceling Coachella, bro. Y'all not doing that." She's like, "I had enough."
Oh, it's so.
And shout out to her. She said, "I respect the coronavirus. Like, I respect it, but like, y'all not." Bro, I was dying. We have like for some reason, people like in recent memory, the human population has this innate ability of when they have really bad thoughts and ideas to grab their phone and just air it. Like, yo, why didn't she just say that to her friend at like the dinner table? What made her grab her phone and record that? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, especially on live. Like, I don't know. That's like,
man.
at least if she
It's great.
recorded it, she could have listened back to it before she posted it. But no, she decided to go live with that information.
Like,
Oh, it's ridiculous.
She's talking about COVID-19 as if it was like a figure in the community. Like, yo, I really respect, what you about, but nah, bro, that's not how we about to.
No,
go down
you
with
ain't
that.
canceling Coachella.
Yeah, you
No.
doing too much now. You're doing way too much.
Oh man,
We gotta
that
be better,
was-
folks. And then that's the lesson here. We gotta be better.
Yeah, that's the lesson right there. It was kind of funny. I don't know if it was a jab at Vanessa or not, but Ariana Grande got on live like I want to say like 4 days later, and she was just I don't know what she was doing. She was just kind of checking on her audience or whatever, and she kind of picked at it. I guess she looked at like how many people were there, and there was like 75,000 people in her live. And she's like, "Oh no, this is too much. I can't do this."
She got
like,
anxiety from the people watching.
Yeah, she's like, guys. She said, guys, I've had 2 glasses of wine and I can't do this.
Oh,
It was kind of funny, just like
safe move though.
Kinda like- yeah, it was like kind of picking fun of like, I can't trust myself. Like I don't know. It was kind of funny.
See, that's what sucks about being a celebrity. Like they can't really air out their actual feelings, and the ones that do, well, shout out to Vanessa, but like she shouldn't. I mean, it just wasn't a good one to air out. But
No.
they can't. They have to be like on. They have to be monitored or monitor themselves, and that's kind of sucks. But
I mean, I think we're kind of this new generation of YouTubers. I want to say. I mean, they're not. I'm not comparing YouTubers to celebrities, but this upcoming generation of people that could possibly become celebrities, like become the next like PewDiePie and like these really big YouTubers that make it outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
They're kind of breaking that barrier that they have to be in this box and they can't go outside the box or people are gonna cancel them.
well, here's the thing.
And I think
Like we've been quote unquote canceling people for like the last 4 or 5 years now, and like people finally realize that like that doesn't mean anything. Like you're not actually doing anything. Like you can cancel. Like you can say you're going to cancel me, but the only person that actually got canceled is what's my boy name? The singer. Oh my god, the Canadian. What's his name? Daniel Caesar. He's the only one that actually got canceled. Everyone else is just like whatever. We'll talk about.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Daniel real quick?
I don't know who.
You don't know who Daniel
you're talking
Caesar
about.
is? God, you're so
No.
white. Daniel Caesar, he's an R&B he's an R&B singer that he would have had like wedding music on lock for the next probably like decade easily.
Okay.
And he decided to come out and go against the Twitter folks. The Twitter folks try to go against us and be hot. It's like, yo, man, do whatever. Y'all can cancel me if y'all want to. Like, I don't care. Da 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 da. And now his album is flopping. It's great music on the album, but he said don't listen. So they listened, and they didn't listen. So I mean, he's like social media's backfired on him a little bit. But
What? Like I don't understand. Like what was the drama?
so the drama is he was defending one of his friends. I think it was Yes Jules, who's another media figure. She just throws parties and DJs and like A&R. I think she's an A&R. Anyways, he was defending her because like they got into something on Twitter about her being white and race and the usual blah 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 stuff that happens on Twitter. And anyways, they're friends, and he was like, "Yo, why y'all messing with Jules, bro? Like, leave her alone." And they was like, "Oh nah, bro. Like, don't you're not doing that." and yeah, like they're like, oh yeah, you're Canadian, you don't understand. Da, 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 da. They were just people just talking crazy. It's Twitter, people saying whatever. Everyone wants to get into like race and all that, and it's always blurry because they just it's like I said, it's not an app that's necessarily used for logic, and so things get crazy. And then Daniel just was like, you know what, I'm hot, bro. Like y'all pissing me off, and like whatever. You know what? If you don't want to support me, or you don't want to like me because I'm friends with so and so, all right, fine. Just don't listen to my music. Just cancel me. And they obliged.
Wow. I mean, he asked for it.
I know, but it's just it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, what you're talking about, like the cancel culture, it's like people will get quote unquote canceled and then just, you know,
I don't necessarily believe you can be
weeks and then be
canceled.
back.
I don't believe in cancel culture at all. It's the dumbest creation ever.
I don't either, too. It's just something for incels to get all riled up and something to do.
Oh, you're name calling today. Okay. And oh yeah, can we talk about what's his name? Bill Gates? Not Bill Gates. I'm sorry. Ooh, wrong one. The other one. Zuckerberg, the robot guy.
Oh,
the Facebook.
The lizard?
Yeah, him. Him and
What happened with Zuck?
what's the Asian lady that he's usually with? What's her name?
Oh shoot, I don't know.
I forgot her name. Whatever it is, but remember they donated like what was it like $25 million to research for COVID.
Okay.
Did you see that on Twitter?
No, I did not see that.
Oh my goodness, man!
Was
like,
that recently?
Yeah, it just happened like maybe 2 days ago.
Okay.
And like people are like,
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. The past 3 days, I've been kind of avoiding Twitter because it's just nothing but crap. Nothing but either bad news or like fake news, and I'm kind of over it.
I mean, well, this is the world we live in now. This is the world we live in now.
Yeah, continue.
Anyways, they donated $25 million to help research for COVID-19, and they were like, so then all of us brokies hopped on and were like, bro, just $25 million? That's all you could give, bro? Like, you're worth like $80 billion or whatever, how much money they have. I don't know. But the point being here is like, why are we pocket watching? As if they're like, oh, well, $25 million is only like $5 because someone who makes $30,000. I'm like, all right. They're like, why are we pocket watching like this, bro? They act like $25 million still isn't a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, bro. We have a very weird culture with this social media stuff. Like, I wish I understood it, but it's very weird.
I think we're relapsing in like the social media generation, like if that makes sense. Like when everything started, like when there was MySpace and Facebook was like big, and then Instagram and Twitter and like all those were like just started, and it was like popping, like it was what people did, and then it kind of like got to be the normal thing, but now I think it's like on the rise again because this new generation and like millennials and like Gen Z are like using it for everything. Like social media is their life basically. And before, I feel like social media was just like, something to advertise yourself on, something to connect with like family or whatever. It was used for something. But now I feel like social media has become like people's actual lives. Like some people's social media is how they make money, how they communicate, how they do everything.
So it's the thing that we've talked about before. I think it's becoming that now because of the opportunity that's on it. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And so I mean, I'm not saying that they're wrong for spending that much time on social media. I mean, I think some people do they create a facade behind it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see the lure. Like there's instant gratification, and on top of that, there's the potential for me to reach a lot of people, and I could possibly make money. So yeah, I understand the fascination.
Yeah, it's a balance too. Like you said, there's always a balance in everything, and I think there's a balance on social media too. Even if you're using it to grow your business, or even if you're using it to grow your brand, like you don't want to be caught in this rabbit hole of like just nothingness. Like there's a lot of YouTubers that have been on the grind for like a year, 2 years, and doing nothing but promoting, nothing but making content, nothing but like just like feeding into their fans, and which is not a bad thing. But now those same people are having to take breaks like indefinitely because they're like, my mental health is so bad right now. I haven't been taking care of myself. I don't have a life outside of my brand, and they just are like dwindling, and they're instead of having that healthy balance and being able to continue and still grow your brand, maybe not as rapidly as they would like, but like if you have good content and you're consistent, you're going to grow. Like
Exactly.
no matter what. Like I mean, you don't have to be doing every single day, every hour, like, craziness, because like one of my favorite YouTubers of the past year, Call Me Carson, he makes great content. He's a hilarious dude, comedian. He's in a constant bit. Like his whole character is a bit. Like he's never out of character kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he just recently he put on all social media, said, hey, I'm taking a break indefinitely. My mental health has been dwindling. He's had to go on antidepressants. Like,
Probably having an
so
identity crisis.
yeah, it's probably, it's really serious. So he's having to take a break from everything. And I feel like if maybe he didn't put 100 and, 50%, he could have avoided that and like focused on himself a little more. But I mean, who knows? He might have had something in the past, or like he could have been dealing with something previously, but you don't know. But all I'm saying is that there's a healthy balance, and some people ignore, or I want to say most people ignore that.
Well, like on another note, I think that the quarantine is actually it's becoming beneficial for a lot of people, in a sense. Maybe even in reference to was it Carson? What's his name?
Yeah, Call Me Carson.
Call Me Carson. Not just to use him specifically, but just for most people. Like the quarantine is creating that pause in everyone's life where we've all been in our routine of waking up, going to work, whether it be however much time we spend on social media or whatever the case may be. Like we're realizing that there's a lot of gaps in our day-to-day lives, and like because I mean if you don't love your job, that's like what 8 hours that it's not wasted because you need that money, but
yeah,
it's 8 hours of you doing something you hate. And so I think this is probably going to be a really good time for a lot of people to take a step back and to see maybe some other ways that there's some other opportunities to do some things that they want to do. But
yeah.
I just use it as a time as like to reflect, because I mean I know it's weird, like it sucks. We all want to go outside. We all want to go like be normal, but at the same time it's like we can use this time to reflect. I think a lot of people are going to do that, which we're going to probably see a lot more people who are going to, be taking breaks to just mentally recharge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is their opportunity to do so, because, I mean, it's I don't know. It's kind of both. Like right now is a really good time to, expand on your brand, especially if you're a brand that requires eyes and ears like us, to be out there and to like constantly trying to get people to watch us, because there is people just home bored and doing nothing, and they need something to watch, something to do. So I mean, I see that side from like a business perspective, but I also see what you're saying. Like this is a time to kind of slow down and like focus on ourselves, like get our minds back in a healthy routine.
Yeah, we're being forced to cleanse, basically.
Yeah, I do see a lot of people doing that, and I think it's very healthy and very, very good that they're doing.
Yeah.
But also from like the business standpoint, I see opportunity as well. So
for sure. Is there anything? Well, I mean, you're still technically right now going to work, but
yeah, I don't know, because my work is considered essential. I work in what's a
whoa.
I'm trying to think of like a generalized term of what I do. In transportation, I work in transportation of like RVs, and the business I work for have been deemed essential because there are people that live
in
RVs. So they need that maintenance done on their homes, basically. So it's kind of like, you know, mechanics. Mechanics are essential right now because, you know, if your car breaks down, you need someone to fix it just in case something happens, like just in case we have to evacuate a certain area or whatever the case may be.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see myself being out of work, but, you know, with everything going on, it could very well change. They could very well just, like, you know, shut down my area and keep only the really, really essential parts open. So, you know, I mean, everything right now is unknown.
Well, hypothetically speaking, let's say they shut down for however, who knows how long, X amount of time. Because that's the reality for a lot of people right now that are either their jobs have been shut down or possibly even been laid off. So, being that like the world has essentially stopped, what are some things that you think you'd be doing like during your quarantine?
Me personally, if I like stopped working and I did get like, you know, I was home 24/7, I would definitely try to take care of my body more, as far as like I would, you know, work out more and run maybe on
in the house
off times.
Let me stop. No, you can go outside and do that. 6 feet.
Yeah. Like I have a pretty big backyard, so I could, you know, I don't know, run in circles or run around my house or whatever. Yeah, I mean, there is people that do still run around the lakes. They just, you know, keep their distance from people. And there are like peak times that you should go, like early in the morning, or, you know, like late at night, so you can avoid as much people as possible. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely start, you know, taking better care of my body. Start I don't know, doing hobbies that I don't usually have time to do, I guess. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say because I don't know anything other than sleep, wake up, go to work.
See, and that's the kind of the beauty in the quarantine.
Yeah.
Because there's so much time. There's just time.
Yeah. I wish I could. I mean, I honestly, even if it was just like, if I could just get quarantined for 1 week, just to have kind of like a week of relax and like to kind of like rejuvenate, I would love that. But also, I can't be selfish because I know there are people around America that there are mass amounts of people that can't work. Like they're being told not to go to work and they're being laid off. And that's, I mean, I feel for those families because they're you know, struggling. I mean, I could only imagine being in that situation of not knowing if you're going to be able to pay rent, you know? Like, yeah. I mean, I've been in those situations, but this is such an extreme extent because people are getting laid off and they're also not hiring. So yeah, it's like tough. It's a double whammy. So, I mean, I am blessed and I'm very grateful that I am able to still continue working. But a week would be nice, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I've had time to think about this a little bit since I'm now officially part of that club quarantine. In the VIP section, by the way. So I was just thinking, like, I don't really know what my day-to-day would be if I didn't have to go to work for, like, the next month. Like, that, it would kind of suck. But at the same time, find a positive in it. There are a few books that I've been wanting to read that I haven't finished yet or even started at this point. Been journaling a lot more lately. That's becoming like a new little thing of mine. Even I guess you can work on getting better at journaling. If I could learn how to actually put thoughts on paper, that'd be nice. I don't know. Then you can also just sit and think about just other business ideas. I think this is a great time for people to like I was saying earlier, like, you know, your mind's clear. It's like, well, you don't you're not going to work. Like, let's just let that go right now. You're not going to work. So like, you can think about literally all these other things. Like, we have so many other passions and things that we like to do. Yeah, that, like, but I'm sure it's been lost in translation because of the grind.
But like us, for example, like, not without disclosing too much because we're not really ready to yet. like, you know, our other ideas for stuff that we want to do too. It's kind of like, this is the opportunity where we, instead, because we're not working, we can kind of like nail down like an actual plan of attack. So I mean, I mean, using your time wisely, I think that's the biggest thing. And when you're saying journaling too, I've tried journaling. It doesn't work out for me because I have severe ADHD, and I literally, when I say this, I've tried, but I literally cannot write down my thoughts because my thoughts don't make sense outside of my head. And it kind of sounds weird, but my wife has asked me several times. I'll come home because I use my time going to work and coming from work to kind of decompress and like think of what I need to get done, what I need to do. Like when I get home, what do I need to do? What do I need to do before I can do what I want to do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I take the opportunity to kind of like think deeply about like what I'm going to do, you know, the processes. And even when I get home sometimes, my wife will ask me, I'll be like pacing. I pace a lot when I think.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll come up to me like, you know, hey babe, like what are you thinking? Like, but she'll ask me, say, what are you doing? And I'll tell her I'm thinking. And she's like, okay, what are you thinking about? And I'm like, well, I'll give her like generalized things. Like I'm thinking about like our car situation. I'm thinking about like rent upcoming. I'm thinking about bills. Like, and she'd be like, okay, what about those things are you thinking about? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like I can't, if I was to tell you what I was thinking at that second in my brain, it wouldn't come out and make sense. Like I don't know how else to explain it. But
I hear what you're saying. I mean, that's the beauty of in us all being different people, because that's just like that's a different thing. I didn't know that was like we all have a rather difficult time expressing. Well, not all of us. I shouldn't say generalize that, but most people usually do.
Yeah.
Even like I don't think I necessarily have that problem of being able to verbalize what I'm thinking.
You don't.
Yeah, no, I usually don't have that issue. But I found that it's comforting for me as I especially as I was getting used to my schedule just day to day, like just taking a moment out in the morning and just like stopping everything I'm doing. And like for example, like every morning now I journal and I write 10 or 20 things that I'm grateful for in the morning before I start. Because I have to, because I'm a type person, like once I get into flow state or like just what nothing matters else. And so I can easily just get caught up in the flow of everything. And so just taking times, even at the end of the day, I'll write something. And it was just like, if I put words down, then I realize, because I'm a visual, so like I put them down, then I'll read them over again. It's just something that can keep me somewhat grounded, relatively positive, and just, or writing goals down, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But no, you should, I would recommend that to everyone. Like if you just, even in the morning, just write something down, or just write something you're happy for, or that you want to have in that day, or something, just anything. Because like, bro, like, because the day to day is just like, it's so fast. Like so many things happen, and it's just so many things get forgotten throughout the course of the day.
And I kind of want to go over this too, on that topic of like writing down stuff you're grateful for, especially in this time of not knowing what's around the corner. And like we can all agree that we've never in our lifetime or our parents' lifetime, or even their parents' lifetime, have had to deal with this situation to this extent. And I think it's ultra important to be positive and like focus on the positive things, and keep in contact with your family. I know we're social distancing, but there's so many other avenues that we can keep in contact with our family, as far as just calling them, texting them, video chatting with them, video chatting and playing cards with them, like playing a game over the phone. Like it's so important to have that communication with our family and the people we love, because right now in this time of quarantine, could potentially like drive us crazy and make us depressed. Even people that aren't prone to depression it's something that can sneak up on you, especially with what's going on when we can't go out and do things. And yeah, I think it's really important that we focus on the positive, because, and also like Twitter, checking out Twitter and social media, you don't usually hear about the positive things. You always hear the negative things. And, that just recently got to me. Because I do lots of my research on Twitter for the podcast and just to know what's going on. And there was this one day when I was, researching, kind of trying to figure out what's going on with this virus, and just reading article after article after article. I literally almost gave myself a panic attack. And I'm not the one to be prone to panic attacks or to have severe anxiety. That's usually my wife. My wife has severe anxiety, but I was at work and I was like, I could do nothing but think negatively about everything that's going on. And that's just terrible. That's a terrible thing to do, because it ruined my whole day. Even when I got home, I had to just lay in bed and just think about nothing. Like, I tried my best to just, talk. I just talked to my wife and kind of just like got all those like thoughts out of my head, because it was like, it was crazy, because after that, I couldn't do anything but think about those negative things, and like it was freaking me out. And it's crazy. It's crazy that just news and stuff you see could do that to your brain.
Yeah, man. The news is kind of brutal right now, for the most part. I don't know. I mean, I never really watch the news, anyways. But I'm sure if you're stuck in the house,
we've said before, Twitter is our news. So it's like,
But Twitter in a way is like I'm jaded on certain things, especially dealing with news. Like, a lot of it becomes like it is what it is. You just try to like basically figure out the best way that I can do my part, in which that is me being responsible and staying home and quarantining and social distancing. Yeah. But for the most part, I mean, you can get caught up in the emotional side of it, because it's a lot that's happening. But I mean, that's going to be stuff that it's going to weigh you down. And it's easier said than done, I understand, but it's just watching Bay News 9 every night is just not going to get it done, bro. Like, it's just going to make you crazy.
Yeah. You cannot do that. It's good to stay informed, but it's a whole nother thing to immerse yourself in all the negativity that's going on, because it's just going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt anyone that you talk to about it. Even though if you do have anxiety and like you get that like very anxious and you have to talk about it, like definitely talk to people about it. Talk to people about your anxiety, but like just to get you to calm down, because doing nothing but talking to other people about stuff that you've seen, like the negativity train goes from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, and then like all these people plus you are freaking out for no reason. So, I mean, it's just nonsense sometimes, and it's hard to really get away from most of the time.
Yeah, it's like I said, this is tough. This is a very weird time. Kind of hard to put it into words for the most part, but it is weird. But I've been trying to find the positive side to it, just because it is such an odd situation for the most part.
Yeah.
And I don't think, well, hopefully we don't ever have to experience this again. But since there isn't something that we can relate to this prior, that is just like, oh, I don't really know what to do. Might as well try to make the best out of it. And then, do, like you say, just do my part in not spreading it, because
that's the most important thing right now. I mean, there is no, this is me being a little bit negative right now, but there's no end in sight right now, and there's no cure in sight. So we have to do our best to stop this spreading into us by, self-quarantining and following the direction given to us by by our government. We in turn are helping everyone around us. So it kind of starts and in a way kind of ends with us. Like, we don't have an end in sight really, but it's quicker to end if we start doing what we need to do, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
But can we talk about how like no one knows the definition of like actual social distancing and quarantining? Like, I don't understand. Like what are we doing exactly? Like,
yeah, what are we
like
doing?
if you're social distancing, that does not mean you're going to your boy's crib or your girl's crib. Like, I don't understand. Like, what did they not understand?
Did you? Okay.
I'm confused.
Oh my God. Did you see my rants on social media about that?
Probably not.
You had to have
I
seen
probably
it.
didn't.
No.
I follow a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'd be hitting the refresh button, bro. I'm sorry. It's too many tweets to read, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, I had my rants on social media because of seeing people I know fairly well just ignoring the fact that this deadly disease is going around, like acting like it's not that big a deal, and that it frustrates me and makes me so angry. I can't talk about it. Like, just know this: stay home. Your household. We are told that social distancing means to stay away from everyone except those in your household. Those in your household do not include your homies. They do not include your family that does not live with you.
He said your homies. You sounded like a whole federales just right now, bro. Oh my goodness. Anyways, can you define? Because you're deep into this. Because you're doing better than I am. So when they say 6 feet of like, how do I gauge that? Like, am I supposed to just like, am I eyeing that? Feet, like, what is that?
6 feet is for when you have to go outside. Right now we are in self-quarantined. Even a lot of it's public. Like here in our state that we're living, we have a curfew. The curfew is 11 o'clock to I think 5 right now, and coming soon that's probably going to lessen. Like,
I say, so you mean the time that I'm already inside?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it might in the near future get to 9 o'clock and like 7 o'clock. Like, in that time frame, you are not allowed by government standards allowed out of your house. But I mean, as far as social distancing, like, if you have to go to the store, stay 6 feet away from people. Okay,
all right, I'm there with you. But what does that mean? How far is 6 feet? Like, how do I gauge that? That's my only question. This entire, like, I don't know. Okay, I'm in the grocery store, bro. I'm supposed to just I'm eyeing that she's 6 feet away from me. I'm like, ma'am, can you back up?
If you could hear someone talking to themselves under their breath, you're too close. You're way too close.
I feel like that.
I don't know. I mean, unless you go out holding a ruler, I mean, there's really no way.
I don't understand that. Like, they love saying that. Like, yo, make sure you stay 6 feet away. I'm like, all right, bro, but like, my guy, what does that mean though? Like, what is 6 feet?
Yeah. I mean, bro, it's 6 feet is supposed to kind of like scare you, I guess. Like, stay 6 feet away. Like, I think 6 feet is like how far a cough, like germs can travel when you cough. I think.
So I'm standing right on the edge, right there.
Pretty much. Yeah. Wow. If you're saying you're not supposed to be like, okay, I'm gonna stand at 6 feet. You know, I'm good at 6 feet. I'm gonna stand right here at 6 feet away from you and talk to you.
It's like, all right, like, when you're taught to drive, they say you're supposed to stay like 2 car lengths behind the car in front of you. Okay, like, I can gauge that. I can't gauge you being 6 feet in front of me or not.
Yeah, I see you. It's just basically stay away from people. Like, you know, like, don't.
Yeah, social distance.
Don't, you have your bubble, and stay in your bubble. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But the main thing is stay home. Like, unless you have to go to the grocery store, that's it. Stay home. Grocery store or work. Stay home. There's no reason for you to be outside your house right now. That's it. It's plain and simple. Stay home. Don't have people over your home. Don't go over other people's houses. Stay home. I don't know what part of that people don't understand.
Club
stay
quarantine,
home.
Man. Free admission.
I don't. It's so freaking frustrating, and I don't understand why people don't understand it. Oh God.
It's BYOD though. But you gotta bring your own drinks.
Anyway, I mean, I'm so done talking about social distancing. Yeah, like, stay home. That's all you need to know. Stay home. Stay home, and this will end faster than you not staying home. I guess. I don't know.
Bro, no one's like, we're not gonna listen until they enforce it. So it's just, we gotta wait.
Who's we? Because I'm listening. I've been listening for a month now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean we. I'm not we as in specific to corn. I'm talking about the American public. Like, bro, they're gonna go outside regardless until it's being enforced.
It was funny. I saw a video today that in the DR, they're like literally chasing people off the streets that are leaving their houses, like the military is. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro, it's ridiculous.
I mean, like, is that what people want? Do they want our military to come and walk our streets and tell people to stay inside? All this, like, oh, this is a free country. I get to do what I want. Like, okay, yeah, you get to do what you want. But if you care anything about your country, you'll stay inside because you going outside is just killing more people.
We should have you be the spokesperson. I love the passion you're bringing right now.
It frustrates me so much, dude. It frustrates me in the fact that I'm not going to be affected, you know? Like, me and you are very unlikely to be affected by this virus. Like, we'll get it, and we might get a cough, and we might get a fever, and we might, not feel good. But the people out there that have the weak immune system, that have pre-existing conditions, that are just straight up old and weak, those people, they can't control that. They can't control how the virus affects them. And those are the people that are getting it, and those are the people that are dying. And from what I hear, this virus is not a very fun way to go out. You literally drowned in your own fluids. Your lungs fill up with fluid, and you drowned yourself. And it's not a quick process either. So
we just got really dark here. You're way off the ledge right now.
But people need to know this. Like, people need to know the severity of what going outside and possibly coming into contact with other people could do.
Well, unfortunately, most of the people that are in America, or most of the kids in our generation, I should say, it's going to be a joke until it affects them personally. And so, like, just like they were calling it boomer, like 2 weeks ago, it was called boomer remover. I'm like, all right, come on, guys. Like, all right, like, really? We're doing a lot here.
That's out of pocket.
Yeah, like, we're doing way too much right now. And that's what I'm saying. But, like, it's a joke until it's not.
Yeah. But it's a joke until people start in around them. When they start seeing people drop, that's when they start taking it seriously. And that's the most disgusting way to handle this pandemic. Like, it's terrible. It's like, I'm getting so heated right now for no reason. Like, I can't.
Oh man, you need a drink.
Let's talk about something positive then. All right, let's. Do you have anything positive that has happened?
I kicked out my positivity already. Weeks? I told you guys how to be positive during this quarantine, man. That was my positivity. That's literally. I was gonna end with that, but I guess it kind of flowed into it.
Okay, I'll bring something up. You know John Krasinski, right? The guy from The Office.
The glasses?
No, not Dwight.
bro.
Jim.
Yeah. Okay.
He was in and directed A Quiet Place.
Yes. I'm aware. I know that he's
Him.
now. Yeah.
Great actor, as far as I can tell. Great guy. He started a YouTube channel called Some Good News, and I encourage everyone to go look up on YouTube Some Good News. His first video is up, and it's pretty good. He claims it's a news station for good news.
News station for good news.
It is
cool.
that.
That's kind of cool.
He just went over really positive things. Like he went over how around the world people are thanking doctors in different ways, like the people that are on the front lines, so to speak, right now. There's like, police forces outside of hospitals, like flashing their lights and clapping, and like videos of like Navy SEALs like out in the water, like sending videos back home, like with their appreciation. And that part is beautiful. It's to see people that care, and they take the time out of their day to thank the people that are out there, fighting for people's lives while putting their own lives in danger. So it is a good thing, a nice thing to watch.
I feel like we should also do that while we're on that topic, taking the time out to thank those who are actually putting their lives on the line.
Yeah.
To this is like nonstop right now for them too. Like I'm sure they're working ridiculous hours.
I know of people that are nurses and doctors, and
so
they're
very
good on them.
very big ups to them for
thank
doing
you,
everything.
thank you. This is a thank you to them. Like their service right now is something that not everyone can do, and they're on the front lines. They're doing what they deem is necessary. They could very well just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay home. I don't have to deal with this. But no, they're out there. They're helping people, total strangers, putting their life at risk for them, and that's really special.
It really is. That's an A plus for humanity right there.
Again, big thanks to everyone that's out there on the front lines, all the nurses, doctors, everyone that's in the COVID unit, everyone that's doing research on this horrible virus, everyone that's doing their part to stay home and to stay clean. From the Responsible Irresponsible family, we thank you, and we thank all that are doing their most to take care of the human race. So we spread our love to you. To everyone else, remember, stay home, wash your hands, take showers, clean your clothes, clean your house, do whatever you think is necessary.
Disinfect everything. Everything.
Yes, disinfect everything. And stay away from your loved ones. You will show more love to them by staying away from them than possibly infecting them.
Facts.
And that's all I got to say. So, from the Responsible Irresponsible family, we love you. Stay safe, stay inside, and we're out.